running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go be better kill it and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
I'm moving too fast, I can't stop. Wiping it down when the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top when the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throwed and blinded my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mad dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Knowing you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even.
Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up.
I can't take no off. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go be. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
Yeah, I just ran a checkup on myself. Some days I just have to check up on myself. I'm so icy, got that GG on my belt. Thank the Lord for my people and my health. Lost a lot, but I came out with no else. Thank the Lord for my people and my health. And I'm fine as hell from my head down to my nails. My man tripping cause I got another cell. He still buy me YSL. I could get it by myself. These I could get it by myself. I could get it by myself. These I could get it by myself. I'ma get it by myself. Yeah. Feel like Ginger from Casino. Aces up my sleeve though. Right before I leave, I said like I'm Dino. Think I'm part Italian. Blame it on Gino. Snowflake the medallion. The skin on cappuccino. I don't kiss and tell. Keep your distance from myself. At a genie with the snails in a 5-star hotel. And I wish he's well when they wish for me to fail. I might donate petty bills. They can't get it by themselves.
That's why you treat women good, but not too good. I give them too much, then they don't need me. I give them just
enough. I just ran a checkup on myself. Some days I just have to check up on myself. I'm so icy, got that GG on my belt. Thank the Lord for my people and my health. Lost a lot, but I came out with no else. Thank the Lord for my people and my health. And I'm fine as hell from my head down to my nails. My man tripping cause I got another cell. He still buy me YSL. I could get it by myself. I could get it by myself. These I could get it by myself. I'ma get it by myself. Yeah. I'ma get it either way. I don't even gotta say what I want when I want. They just put it on my plate. I could get it right away. Take you through my day to day. Wake and pray, make that play. Get some good at my place. There's some on the way. Cause my bros on the way. I got stones on my gold. I got loads in my safe. Had a 7-figure summer, so I'm putting on some weight. Set up getting thick, so I put it on display.
With this rhyme, I make a joke, everybody laughs. I know I'm funny, but I'm not that funny.
Yeah, I just ran a checkup on myself. Some days I just have to check up.
Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. It's a short kick taken near the 18. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Let's go.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Not today, you know. Not today.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Nigel Bradham. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Cooper was the target there. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Here we go. Pac-Man. I got it. Hey, Ford, Tokyo. Hey, my 7.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
That's the way to hit.
Cowboys and Eagles, of course, such a great rivalry. Last year, the Cowboys got the better of the Eagles both times that they met, with Philly coming off their Super Bowl title. But in weeks 10 and 14, it was Dallas beating Philly by a single possession. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. Let's go. Great. Quick. Mike 55. Let him know. Let him run. Watch safety creep.
Now a 2-time 1,000-yard rusher for the Bears. This is Jordan Howard. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Working from the gun, Wentz. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
As my dad used to tell me all the time, when you're getting ready to play a big-time game, especially when you have one going into a dome setting, better strap it up tight because that crowd can really affect things.
Especially on 3rd downs like the one we just saw there with the incompletion. And this one is right down Broadway. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Not the way they wanted to begin things yet. The interception on the first play of the game. The good news, it only led to 3 points.
And remember our conversation with him prior to the ball game? He said they had something special designed for the first play. It didn't hit. Let's see if he can rebound from it and not let it get him down.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. Malik Jackson there to make the stop.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on third down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Cooper's got it. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 35.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
A first down carry by Elliott. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his second rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League. On first and 10, Prescott. And down inside the 15 he goes. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy first down. On first down, it's Elliott. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive. And how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got
under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now Wentz. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
I don't care what game it is. Everyone's always looking for an early advantage, an early break, and they almost had one there. That should have been an interception. Nice catch. Just couldn't get his feet down in bounds.
And offensively lucky to have that one back. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Check, 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 check. Say. Check 99. Check 99. 82.
Now Wentz. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. Back deep for the Cowboys, Tavon Austin. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 23. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the number one thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot. Yeah. But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Prescott from the gun. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. You think back to last year, Dak Prescott was sacked 56 times, 2nd most in the league behind Deshaun Watson of the Texans. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long.
53 at the mic. 57. Touchdown.
To throw is Prescott. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A very well-executed play. It goes for 29 yards. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. They'll run on 1st down. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
10th carry now for Elliott. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Now Prescott. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 28.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. Prescott looks to throw on 1st. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. And down inside the 15 he goes. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection.
Kill. Hey, turn it up. Hey, kill.
Now back to the ground with Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Marr on for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their third possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and a yard at the 33-yard line.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard.
Yeah. You don't want none. Switch.
Wentz off the fake handoff to Howard. Gets this to his running back, Jordan Howard. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a third down.
Hey, Orville. 48 to Mike. Bandit. Mike 48. Don't get nervous. Man 5-7.
Wentz going to try and throw on third. And that is incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Here's Austin. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Malik Jackson, the 6'5" D tackle with a sack. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
After the sack on first down, Prescott. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
The Cowboys on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 17.
Give me some. Give me some.
Prescott now. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And got his man complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper, 91 yards. And as they push out in front further.
So from taking a little bit of a risk there, right? Taking a chance because the normal call is take care of the football, run it, be safe. Instead, they put it in the air and took a gamble, and it paid off in a big way. That wasn't an analytics call. That wasn't a fantasy guy's call. That was like a video game call right there.
It was a little bit of a video game call, but it worked. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field.
Shotgun now for Wentz. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll be a loss of 1.
Here we go. 180! You can't block me. You can't block me.
Throwing now is Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit, right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. And a reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. And it's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down. Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
40, 82, 40. Right there. Hey, Haywood.
Here we go on 4th down with Wentz. Trying for the tight end, Ertz, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals, and if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
On first down, Elliott. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Tackle made there by Zach Brown.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 44-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Elliott. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Marr now to add the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points.
Next to score, Cowboys 28, Eagles 3.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
2nd down.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Check, check, check. Hey, empty, empty.
They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards.
Here we go, here we go.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real, I'm doing it, though.
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. DeMarcus Lawrence has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Wentz. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. And that pick just sets them up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this Be Who You Are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Well, they made the play there, and I'll guarantee you their coaches and the other players are screaming at them about their pride. Come on, guys. He's only gotten in 3 times. You can't give up a 4th one. And on that play, they were able to make the stop.
And you knew they were going to go to him. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Cowboys use this short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
A throw over the middle taken in. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
17 yards.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space.
Great 15, great 15.
From midfield, here's Wentz. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long, he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. They start on the ground with Elliott. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
And 12 at the 44-yard line.
Mike's 56. Blue kill.
Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. 6 yards in the wrong direction that time. Not only that, but it brings up 4th. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Here's Jackson. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Check 55 to Mike. Ready? List 5-7. Hey, Zoo. 55. Hey, eat. Bound to lose one. Mike 55. Mike 55. All day.
From the 17, Wentz. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 81. I got you.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Now Austin. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Elliott, and he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
There's a 56, right there, 56. It's a party now. 26.
On 3rd down, Elliott. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Wentz. And he finds Howard complete. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Philadelphia.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Wentz now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, a 22.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
To throw is Wentz. Caught by the tight end Ertz. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a 1st and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now 1st and goal, expect them to attack right here on this play.
Hey, Swahoo! Defense. 48. 48's the Mike. Watch the pass. Mike, 48. Mike, 48.
Again, they'll throw with Wentz. That's caught by Howard. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Hey, Lou.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. So that'll back them up 5. Can't afford another delay here as they come up again on 2nd and goal.
48. 48's Mike. 48's Mike. Watch the slant. 5-7. Hey, exit. You don't want none. Get it. Pick up the ball. Mike, 48. Mike, 48. Get your swerve on. Hey, Rip 5-2. Out here. Hey, look, 48. Look, hey, we gonna Mike the 48 right now. Let's go. Hey, Foxtrot. Check, 48's the Mike. Check, 48's the Mike.
Now Wentz again. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Leighton Vander Esch wreaking havoc with a sack. This defense has not surrendered a touchdown yet. You better believe they're determined not to here on 3rd and goal.
48's Mike. Sunday. Stop your whining. 48. Hey, Alpha.
Working from the gun, Wentz. And that is caught. It's Aguilar for the Eagle touchdown. Nelson Aguilar. His 1st touchdown on the year. And the Eagles get a score closer.
Well, that's what I call an answer right there. They gave up a sack on the previous play. How about what they did to finish things off, turning it right back around?
That's the response, and that O-line feels a lot better now, don't they?
Yeah, without a doubt, because give up the sack on the previous play, that just hurts those guys because they never want to see their guy get hit.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And he gets it to go to make this a 35-10 score now.
Makes the score Cowboys 35, Eagles 10. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. This is Elliott. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Again, it's Elliott. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Cowboys on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 4. Throwing. Prescott. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Intended that time for Cooper. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over.
Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Howard. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now Wentz. This short throw caught by Goddard. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Hey, seam 6, seam 6. Get ready, get ready, get ready. Mike 55, Mike 55. Watch the 57, 57.
Throwing on first is Wentz. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Focus, defense. 57. Hey, Charlie. Mike 55, 82, 82.
Again, it's Wentz. It's brought in by Jeffrey. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 14 yards there and an Eagle 1st down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Let's go, let's go.
So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Mike 5-5. Let's go, baby. They turn over. Get that. Hey, high 7. Mike 55. Check 55. Mike. I'm coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo! Hey, 74, 74. Check 55 to Mike. Hey, orbit. 55 to Mike. You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me in your nightmares.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And this is going to be intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Let's go. Hey, kill.
Well, Prescott here to throw. Connects here with a tight end, Blake Jarwin. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
That's a gain of 3.
Dak Prescott last year against Philly, boy, biggest game of his career passing yardage-wise, 455 yards, 3 touchdowns in a 29-23 December victory over the Eagles. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Wentz will try again on second down. He's going to let it fly. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Elliott on first down, going to get this back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Up to make the stop, the Pro Bowl safety, Malcolm Jenkins.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
They go to Elliott again. He won't go down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And when you break it down, you know, this was just a thoroughly dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we'd have a tight game coming into this one. I think you felt the same way based on our conversation after the production meeting. But obviously not the case. And how about just how it broke open? You know, you just all of a sudden, whoosh, there it is. This thing is pretty much done.
Going big, going big. Everybody know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everybody know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm
P-P-P-Love, time to bring the bass bird.
Swear I'm going big like a lineman. She want bring the limes in. She wanna pull up to the crib, we can't dine in. Up right away, couldn't even get a vine in. Straight with the money we aligned in. Tell me how they broke, tryna chime in. Jesus watching over here in diamonds. He the only reason why I do not get violent. Ay, cause he gave me patience. Ay, swear that don't make sense. Ay, when you making bands can make friends. Cause I know they tryna shit like Ray-Bans. Got a bad little shorty wasting. And I own it, I ain't gotta pay rent. Ay, I know we the ones that ain't them. Put both hands together and I'm saying amen. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going big. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going bigger. Postmates how I deliver. My game too cold, made it shiver, but I'm still a hot boy, cool it down, let it simmer.